your power to create. The first step on the pathway to mastery is to turn your attention to your I Am presence. Then remember that one who carries that light must always be humble. And recognize the true worth of each one. The one who is the greatest among you will be the one most willing to step aside that another may express him or herself. If one has certain great qualities, yet also pride, that pride may overwhelm the good qualities and lead to disaster. The Master radiates encouragement, love, kindness, and God desire to the individual, but does not interfere. If a brother or sister willfully goes forward to make a mistake, the mistake lies in his or her own world and will be handled most quickly if no interference is given. Your obligation as a student of light is to make the call to your I Am presence, which is one with the presence of the individual about to make the so-called error, and release such a feeling of divine love and blessing that a wrong action will not take place. Then, even though that one goes willfully ahead and commits the action, do not think less of them for that. You don't know what lesson that person has to learn, and your feeling towards that one should not change. And therein lies the next point. If you feel you love one person more than another, you are robbing yourself as well as the person of a blessing. You are obligated not only to love those who appear to be deserving of your love, but to love even more those who can be helped by your love. You are on the path of service, first to your own I Am presence, and then to others. Those who appear as others are actually a reflection of yourself. Think well before you speak, for idle words make up a tremendous sum of misery for the human race. Before making any statement, consider well what its effect will be upon those who hear it. Speak as though you are in the presence of every human in the world, including the ascended host. Only then will your speech be God speech, unable to harm another, and will the words of the I Am flow through you with full power. I also wish to caution. When you enter into laughter, humour, and companionship, do not tease or mix with that laughter an unconscious feeling of superiority that may instantly cut another person with a laugh, cruel word, glance, or gesture. Even in your fun, be careful. Remember, slurring remarks made in jest have far greater power to hurt than remarks made openly and directly. Speak clearly and distinctly, for if what you want to say is worth the saying, speak it forth that all may hear. If what you want to say is not meant for the ears of everyone present, do not speak or even imply what you are thinking. Instead, realize the oneness of which all are part, and you will find you can communicate silently with others, conveying only that which you wish to impart. In conversation, treat each one as an ascended master. How do you know but that someone you meet is an ascended master? I believe I may tell you something quite startling. There are some who in the past have shaken hands with ascended masters without knowing. Anticipate meeting an ascended master, and if you try to benefit others, your humble, quiet joy in that service may bring a master to you. Remember, beloved ones, everyone you contact is on the spiritual path. When you help them, you help yourself. For are not all beings of the One? As you call forth a blessing to your brother or sister, more than 60% of that energy remains to act in your own world. Do you see why it is never wise to curse or condemn? You intensify that same action in your own aura. Now it takes a master craftsman to build a watch, and yet a careless child can destroy that watch in a moment. But can the child rebuild it? No. So it is with individuals. They are easy to destroy carelessly. Those who consciously go forth upon the path to mastery always try to be considerate and supportive of others. In being of such assistance, you also support yourself. I have sadly observed many misunderstandings arise among couples. One of the most painful misunderstandings occurs when one person feels that to make progress, he or she must have a divorce, severing all ties. True, any human tie is limiting. Yet I say, enough understanding called forth from the I Am Presence can change that seemingly limiting relationship into an outpouring of divine love and blessing. Beloved people contemplating separation should think well upon the oneness of all things. How can you raise into association with the Great White Brotherhood unless you first learn to work in service with another? Returning again to the activity of speech, remember that when someone speaks to you, no matter what he or she says, that person loves you. Even though the other person curses you, still they would not feel like cursing unless love was there. If you will recognize that love within each and intensify that love by your recognition of it, then the one with the vicious intent will stop in his path and hold his tongue. You can transform people with your love, and by holding the vision that we are all brothers and sisters in one divine family. The one in whom you are unable to see love, you will meet again to confront at some future time, or even in some future life. Seek not to better yourself at the expense of another. If you would better your position, see what greater service you can render. Take no credit for your service, for no credit belongs to you personally. All comes forth from God, your I Am Presence. Live in the consciousness, I am all that I wish to be. In that consciousness of fulfillment, you will radiate such harmony and joy that you will raise others into the desire to share in that same love. I hope you will love freely, and by that I do not mean what you call free love. Rather, call the I Am Presence to release its love freely and limitlessly in an outpouring to everyone. If 1 million people would do that today, even for 5 minutes together, the love generated would change the world, which is what we wish. Out of the fullness of my great treasure house, I flow forth into the hearts and minds of mankind, filling them with love, with light, with joy, with opulence never ending, for I am all things. I am that power of light released. O thou wondrous presence of life, thou all-powerful I am, we acknowledge thee in the hearts and minds and lives of everyone, everywhere. We know there is only God, good and perfection within each one. Recognizing that, we are at peace. And all discord now ceases.